Hello guys, and welcome to the 7th episode of the Memphis Grizzlies MyGM. A long-awaited episode is finally here, and let's take a look at the 10-game recap the Grizzlies have played. Today we will be showcasing the All-Star game today and the events, including the 3-point challenge, the dunk contest, and the All-Star game itself. Starting off against the Denver Nuggets, the Grizzlies ended up with an L walking away from there. Then on to the next match against the Timberwolves, we caught a W. And on to Charlotte against the Hornets, we also won that game. Against the Knicks, no surprise there, they took the W. Back to Minnesota now, we caught an L against them and another L against the Oklahoma City Thunders. That is 2 straight losses for us in a row, and then we were able to rebound against the New Orleans Pelicans with a nice victory. Spurs, we took a W against them in a hard-fought battle, and the Chicago Bulls, we won against them as well. In our last and final 10th game against the Clippers, we won against them, and that puts us at a 40-20 record. Get into some of the All-Star festivities. We have Team USA going up against Team World. USA walked away with that one with a huge victory, and they are your winners this year against USA versus the World. I won't be showing any highlights from that game because nothing really special happened, but let's look at the score from our last game that we played to end out the 10-game recap. 125-114, a W against the Los Angeles Clippers. And now we're going to take a look at the transactions from around the league. Starting off, Keita Bates-Diop and Gorgie Dang from the Timberwolves are heading to Charlotte to the Hornets for Marvin Williams and Tony Parker. Tony Parker, on the verge of retiring, gets traded to a team that he doesn't want to go to, but nonetheless he still has to play for them. Raptors, Serge Ibaka, 2021 first-round pick, and then his top 3 protected pick for the center out of Sacramento, Willie Cauley-Stein and Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee has been involved in 2 trades this year, and he is becoming a journeyman to end off his impressive career in the NBA so far. The Grizzlies also re-signed Marc Gasol to a 3-year, $76 million contract, so that was a good thing, shoring him up there. Now taking a look at the injuries from around the league now, Michael Conley unfortunately is still out for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the rest of our guys like Chandler Parsons and Triple J have returned from injury, and they have been playing well lately. With the season winding down, a lot of guys are still hurt, and teams are definitely going to need those guys, especially if they are in the playoff conversations. Now let's move on to our award races, starting off with the MVP race. Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, DeMarcus Cousins, and James Harden round out your top 5 there. Luka Doncic is the leader for the Rookie of the Year category, while DeAndre Ayton, who is hurt, is second behind him. 6th Man of the Year, Tyreke Evans, Dennis Schroeder, Eric Gordon, Bobby Portis, and Zach Randolph. Moving on to the Defensive Player of the Year, you have Giannis and Kawhi Leonard along with Anthony Davis. Last but not least, we have Most Improved Player Buddy Hield, averaging about 18 points per game, with Blake Griffin right behind him with 24. Looking at the playoff pictures now, the Grizzlies are currently 2nd in the Western Conference, with the Thunder, Jazz, Rockets right behind them, all less than a game and a half behind. Anything could go between those seeds from the 2nd to 5th seed. The Grizzlies could easily be the 5th seed with 2 back-to-back losses, and they could be easily out of the playoffs as well. Looking at the Eastern Conference now, you have the Raptors, Celtics, Cavs, surprisingly with the 3rd seed, Pacers, Heat, Pistons, Bucks, and the 76ers to round things up. Sixers haven't really had the season they wanted or envisioned, and they find themselves towards the near bottom of the standings. Looking at some of the statistical leaders in certain categories, points per game is led by Stephen Curry. With the rebounds, Whiteside is finally overtaken by Nikola Jokic, averaging 12.8 rebounds, while Whiteside is at 12.7. Chris Paul still leads the league in assists with 10.6 and is averaging a double-double on the year. Looking at the blocks per game, Joel Embiid leads that one with over 2 blocks per game. And leading the league in field goal percentage is Triple J, the rookie out of Michigan State, is having himself a nice rookie season here. Looking at the most efficient guys from threes, that is Klay Thompson shooting over 50%. An amazing percent to be shooting from for threes. Marc Gasol is also in the top 3 as well. Kyle Korver is number 2. Looking at the free throw percentages, the Grizzlies will be nowhere near the top half of the league as they struggle with shooting free throws. Now we're going to take a look at our player stats and see how they've been performing over this whole season. Marc Gasol leads the way with 24 points. Michael Conley, who was out for the remainder of the season, with 17 points. Moving on to the bottom of the list, Kyle Anderson, who has played one of the most minutes on the team, only averages about 5 to 6 points. Now we're going to head to a press conference in which we asked what area of our department staff need the most work. I basically had to put it on the training staff. A lot of our players have been going down this year, multiple injuries, one-time huge injuries, and we just have to get a better grasp on the training and the player health. So hopefully down the road we could get a better outlook on the training staff in the coming season. We also made a price change to our ticket prices. Now they are $50 instead of their original price, and we were taken to another press conference as well. Nathan Melbourne, a reporter, felt like our price change was unfair to middle-class family, and basically I did not agree with this statement. He is just trying to get something out of me. The prices were pretty low to begin with, and we're just now increasing them because the Memphis Grizzlies are starting to win, and we're selling out a lot more seats in the arena. And you can take a look here. After we changed our ticket prices, we've increased our sales most certainly. Now let's get into the All-Star draft. I let both LeBron and Giannis pick their own guys, so it was basically CPU versus CPU. And on a side note, in the All-Star game, I won't be playing as either side. I'm just going to let the computer play, and I will show you the highlights from it. But we have the team LeBron and we have the team Giannis. LeBron James, comprised of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Victor Oladipo, Joel Embiid, JaMarcus Cousins, Al Horford, and Bradley Beal. We'll get to Giannis' team a bit later, but nonetheless, we have approached All-Star Weekend, and we have the three-point contest up first with some of the best three-point shooters in the league. Steph, KD, Klay, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden are your participants in this year's three-point shootout. I won't really be commenting over the three-point shootout, but to begin with, we have Stephen Curry. Let's see how he performs here. Starting off with his first rack, he gets the first and second shots to go. Misses the third one, back onto the fourth now. That one falls to the bottom of the rim, and he misses the fifth one. Moving on to his second rack out of 5. First shot is up, is good. Second shot is no good. Back onto the third now. He gets that one to fall. Fourth one falls as well as the fifth one. Right down the middle, we go with Stephen Curry. Turns around, wasting time here. Needs to try and pick up his speed here if he wants to try and finish the whole event. He gets those two to fall, and he is looking at 12 points with less than 20 seconds remaining. He still has a full rack left, and this rack isn't looking too good for him. Only 2 shots been made so far. Make that 3. Let's see if he can get this money ball, and he can't. Moving on to his last rack with less than 5 seconds remaining. He's not going to get up every shot, and he is going to finish with a score of 21. Getting that last three-pointer to fall, and that puts him in first place. Next, we have Klay Thompson, the second splash bro, and let's see how he performs here against Steph Curry. A nice start for Klay Thompson, hitting his first 4 shots. Let's see if he can get that money ball. Can't get it to go. 4 out of 5 on that rack, and he is looking impressive here early on. Getting these first couple of shots to fall here. Misses the second one, but rebounds with the third one being made and the fourth one, and he gets the money ball to go. 3 shots made in a row. Make that 4 right down the middle. This time he is going at a quicker pace than Stephen Curry, but he is not doing too good that Steph Curry did on the middle rack. Only getting 2 shots to fall on that one. 12 points for Klay Thompson now with 20 seconds remaining. Gets the first and second shots to go. The third one falls as well. The fourth one falls. Let's see if he can get the money ball, and that is a clean rack for Klay Thompson. Now he just have to get these last couple of shots up, and he takes the lead with 22 points, and he makes the first and second one, hits the fourth one, and the fifth one is good. That is 26 points for Klay Thompson, an impressive score in his first round. James Harden needs at least 19 points to advance to the second round as well. Let's check out his performance here. Starting off just like Klay Thompson, he gets off to a decent start, making 4 out of 5 in that first rack. On to the second rack now. James Harden is in focus mode, hitting his first 3 shots. Now on to the fourth, makes that one. The fifth one is good. James Harden is on absolute fire here. Down to the middle rack. This has been one of the more toughest shots to hit for these 3-point contestants. James Harden hasn't even hit a shot yet, but there goes the fifth and final one. He gets that one to fall, and he is at 12 points with about 20 seconds remaining here. 13 points now, gets up the fifth shot, and let's see if that one falls. It does not. 2 shots made in that rack, and we're moving on to the last and final rack. James Harden has to put up a good amount of shots here and make them as well, as he is running out of time, and he gets that last one to fall, and he gets 20 points, and that is going to send him on to the next round. James Harden, and we have your finalists here for the 3-point shootout. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and James Harden. But now we're going to begin with Klay Thompson, as he is cleaning his first round rack, and that is a beautiful start to the second round for Klay Thompson. Moving on to the second rack now. He is still stroking it from deep, misses a shot, now gets his footing back on as he hits his third shot, hits the fourth one, hits and misses the fifth one, excuse me. Now on to the middle rack, where a lot of these athletes have been struggling to hit their shot from, and it's no surprise here, Klay Thompson is struggling a bit. 2 for 4, now make that 2 for 5. Moving on to rack number 4, he needs to have a good performance here, as he only has 10 points, now all the way up to 12, and he has less than 15 seconds remaining to get the rest of his shots up. Moving on to the last rack with about 10 seconds left, he has a score of 15, hits the second money ball, not able to hit the third one, gets the fourth one up, hits that one, the fifth and final one with 1 second remaining, and that is 21 points. Just like Steph Curry in the first round, Klay Thompson has 21 points, and we're going to see if that'll be enough, and it is enough for Klay Thompson to win that round. That makes your 2018-2019 3-point contestant shooter winner is Klay Thompson. With 21 points in the second round, he walks away victorious here. Moving on to the dunk contest now, we have Donovan Mitchell up first. His first dunk attempt, it will be a nice reverse between the legs one-handed dunk, and that is definitely gonna get a high score from the judges. Let's watch that a couple more times here. A nice way to start off the dunk contest, showing his athletic ability and his vertical ability as well, as Donovan Mitchell is not that tall of a player, and for him to get up there is pretty special to watch. Jason Tatum is up next. Let's see what he could pull off here. 360 one-handed dunk. Elbow is in the rim. Amazing athletic ability from Jason Tatum, and that is surely going to receive a high score from the judges here today. Jason Tatum in his second year of the NBA and is already in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, and he is making a statement here that he should be the winner of this year's Slam Dunk Contest. An amazing 360 one-handed dunk, and his elbow is through the rim, so that's letting you know that he got extra vertical on that one. On to Jason Tatum's second dunk, and this will be a reverse one-handed dunk. A beautiful dunk by Tatum. His last dunk score was a 47, and this one surely has to be close to a 50 as well. He threw it up to himself, caught it with one hand, and decided to go reverse and slam it down with the one hand. That is his weak hand, as he is a right-handed player. The judges are not too pleased with that score, and they give Jason Tatum a 43 out of 50. Now we have Donovan Mitchell. He has Ricky Rubio out here, and he slams it home between the legs off a Ricky Rubio assist, and that is surely gonna be a 49 or a 50 here. I'm guaranteeing it. Caught it off his teammate between the legs at that height and that vertical ability. That has to be a 50 from the judges, and we're going to see the score here shortly. But look at this amazing replay, amazing vertical by Donovan Mitchell here, and let's see the score. It is a 48, so close to a 50, and your 2018-2019 dunk contest winner is Donovan Mitchell. That was just some of the more impressive dunks from this All-Star dunk contest game, as most of the dunks weren't impressive. But now moving on to the All-Star game, the real meat of the All-Star weekend, we have our lineup here. This is the second year in a row where the NBA have done an All-Star draft and put the players against themselves. Team LeBron and Team Giannis will face off here in a couple of seconds, and tip-off is just about ready to get set. All-Star Game 2019 is in Charlotte, Carolina. And beginning off, we have Steph Curry coming up with the ball, being guarded by Kyrie Irving. Kicks it to the left side of the court, and Giannis Antetokounmpo with an amazing dunk between the legs, making this look like an all-star dunk game, and pulling that out during the game is something quite impressive. Just on a side note, guys, this won't be any regular highlight games. I'm just going to be showing like the key highlights of the game. We're not going to really be looking at the quarter they're in or stuff like that, as Steph Curry hits a deep three and Team LeBron has to call a timeout with the score being 11-11. Team Giannis on the break now. Giannis to the rim himself, and he gets that layup to go over Kevin Durant. Team LeBron has the ball with Russell Westbrook at the top of the key, trying to make his way to the rim. Decides to pull a step back pump fake. Now gives it off to the corner to Kemba Walker, being guarded by Chris Paul. That is a pick from Al Horford. Kemba Walker, nice mid-range pull-up, and that is a 26-31 score here in Charlotte. Now back down the other way we go again with Team LeBron headed on the fast break. That is Paul George at the free throw line, and he gets that mid-range to go. This is still a very tight and contested game, as both teams are trying to walk away here with a victory. They know money incentives are at the end of this game, and a recognition award as well for the All-Star MVP. Paul George coming off the screen gets that three-pointer to go, and he has given himself a nice little start to this game. 40-44 is your score. LeBron James and his team find him down by 4 points. Kevin Durant post spin fadeaway at the free throw line. He gets that one to go, trimming the lead down to 2 points. Inbound goes to James Harden as he brings the ball up court with 6:20 remaining in the first half. James Harden pull up three, no one there to guard him, and that one falls 47-42. James Harden throwing up gang signs. Pretty sure the NBA is going to find him for that one later on. Back onto the game now. Anthony Davis with a nice poster over Blake Griffin, and that is going to trim the lead down. Team LeBron on the break now. Boogie Cousins is dribbling the ball, gives it to LeBron James for a mid-range, and that is an easy two-pointer for LeBron James. Team Giannis has been cruising so far here, and they haven't let up on the pedal yet. Giannis to the rim, back out to Jokic, three-pointer, and that one is through the bottom of the net, and we're seeing a big man shoot here. Other than Marc Gasol, Nikolai Jokic could shoot the three-pointer as well. LeBron James has his takeover badge, playing good defense on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he gets that one to go. Into the second half, we have switched sides. Team Giannis, James Harden, three-pointer. That one falls, and James Harden is making a case for himself to be the All-Star MVP of this year All-Star game. James backing down Kawhi Leonard, who will be a free agent, who is not a free agent, as he actually resigned with the Raptors for a mega deal, and he is playing good defense on LeBron, but LeBron is just way too big for him. Kawhi Leonard did resign with the Raptors for about 3 years, $96 million. Westbrook on the mid-range pull-up gets that one to go. Team LeBron finds themselves down by about 8 points, and Kawhi Leonard in the corner of the court nails that three ball. Team Giannis has the ball once more, gives it to Blake Griffin. Chris Paul now to Giannis, who gets a nice two-handed dunk, and LeBron James is called on the foul for that one. James Harden to the rim now, foul, and he gets that one to go. +1 for James Harden, and he is the All-Star MVP for this game so far. Team LeBron, oop to Anthony Davis, and he throws that one down. A reverse alley-oop dunk by Anthony Davis, a good throw by Victor Oladipo there, and that is going to make this All-Star game interesting. Team LeBron has the ball back again. Westbrook, three-pointer over Stephen Curry, and that one is through the bottom of the net. Russell Westbrook doing a little dance, and Steph Curry has the ball back here. You know he's looking for revenge, playing in his hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina. Stephen Curry gets a pick from Jokic. Now let's see what he'll do here. Jokic for a three-pointer. LeBron out to contest. Not LeBron, but Victor Oladipo was out there to contest, and Jokic still makes the shot. 100-112 is your score in the fourth quarter. Stephen Curry, deep three, and that is going to extend the lead by 15 points. Team Giannis gives the ball to Kawhi Leonard in the corner of the court. Kawhi to the rim, and the claw gets a nice one-handed dunk as you see Blake Griffin performing the claw signature move. Game is over and Team Giannis walks away with the victory. James Harden is your All-Star Game MVP, putting up 44 points. He was scoring, getting his way to the rim, shooting threes, giving out assists. And look at this deep three here by James Harden. He was just on it tonight. Played physical, played with finesse. Nothing you could basically do wrong with James Harden. Had over 10 free throw attempts, and the rest were really calling the free throws for him. 130-122 is the score as Team Giannis walks away with the victory. LeBron team cannot get the job done, and the guys are pretty happy to be participating in the All-Star Weekend event. But now we're going to be heading back to some serious basketball where many teams are looking to make a nice playoff run to end out the season. And as for the Memphis Grizzlies, they have some work to do. Their only all-star in this game was Marc Gasol, and he didn't really play a lot. But nonetheless, we're not too focused on that. We're focused on making the playoffs and making a deep run with the guys we have now. The trade that the Grizzlies made for Duncan Robinson, they want him to grow into a deep three-point shooter, a very good three-point shooter, a Klay Thompson-like three-point shooter. And we're going to see how he develops here with the Grizzlies shortly. With that being said, to end off the season, the Grizzlies have one of the more difficult schedules to play out. If they want to make the playoff, they have to play with their A game in every game that they play. Duncan Robinson will see minutes and will transfer between the G League and in the NBA. Omir Caspi didn't perform too well, but guys, we're heading to the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.